Welcome to Prove It. I'm Megan O'Connor.
And I'm Mary Cummings.
This is the podcast for people who know that they were meant for more, but just don't know how to achieve it.
Every week, we bring you real conversations, proven strategies, and that kick in the ass you didn't know you needed to become the person you really want to be.
About 6 years ago, I went to a conference in Syracuse, and it's where I was made aware of what a control freak I was.
You only figured it out 6 years ago?
And yeah. And it was a visual. It was a visual on the board, and it was basically just a lineup. And it was the diagram was pretty much like the slow down to speed up. And her name was Liz. That was the speaker, and it was all about leverage, and what the conference was. And my big takeaway when I left there was I control all aspects of life. And like my personal life, like at that time, it was me and my daughter. And it was like my mom would ask, Penelope, what do you want for dinner? And I'd be like, she wants pizza. Well, she didn't answer. I'm like, but I know what she wants. And it's just like all of those things in life, I was just like, I have all the balls in the air, right? Like I got it all figured out. I had no leverage at that time. And it's just like, well, if I give it to somebody, everything's going to fall.
Yeah.
And
it's not going to be done right.
Yeah. And the reality of the situation was like, that's not true. And that comes along with growth, because I can't do everything better, quicker, faster than everybody else, right? Like That's just not reality. And that was my big aha in myself, and how much I was just doing it not in the most efficient way, because I did have all the balls, but things can be efficiently done with the leverage. But it took me in that moment to be like, I am really not okay.
Yeah. You're like, I already know what she wants for you. I already know what she wants for lunch. It's something all high achievers struggle with. It's the control piece, because you're building a business, you're running a family, you're running a project, you're managing people, whatever it is, it's your vision, and you are the person that is in charge of moving the needle every single day. So it's like, yeah, I do know the best way, because this is my baby, whether it's your kid or whether it's your business.
Yep.
You feel like you do know best because you are the one that has built it from the ground up and got it to the spot of where it was or where it is today.
Right.
So leveraging those things off is extremely hard for high achievers, because A, it's something are probably very uncomfortable with, and B, it's something that you don't even consider, because you're like, I can do it all. I've done it all. I'm going to be the best person to do it. But that's not always the truth.
It's not the truth. And also, like, the whole entire slow down to speed up for me is really hard. It's really hard to leverage something off and to teach. I'm not a teacher. So I don't have... that's not a strength of mine to slow down and to teach somebody. So the way that I had to go about that is I had to find somebody within our brokerage or one of my coaches, or figure out how I was going to have somebody teach, because I knew that I didn't have that quality of like I don't have the patience when it comes to that. So it's like I can do certain things well, and I can teach to a certain point, but for me, that slow down to speed up, it was giving me so much anxiety to be like, well, I need to do other things more productive. I need to work. These aren't money-making activities. And I was thinking about it all wrong, because it was money-making activities.
Just long term.
Yeah, you have to think of it like we always talk about on the show, bigger picture.
Yeah.
Slowing down to speed up is the bigger picture. And maybe that quarter I didn't make as much money, but I bet you the next quarter I made up for it, because now I had the leverage of having that transaction coordinator that was giving me my time back, and it helped me grow my business. So making these little changes and kind of giving control, and once you start doing one thing more purposely, you're like,
I want more of that.
What? You start getting a taste for it.
Yeah.
And it like, to me, I'm like, I'm now addicted to leverage, to say, what else can I live in a maintenance-free community. I'm in my early 40s. I want to leverage.
I'm on my lawn.
I want to leverage off every piece to give me back my time, because that's time that I want. So
Right.
in my business, I'm working on my goals are getting to a place where all I want to do is what I want to do.
You're
And
20%.
is just working with buyers and sellers, and I'm in front of them and I'm on my phone, because that's what gives me energy and that's what makes me happy. And doing the paperwork and all the back end and all the operation stuff, that's not me. That doesn't give me energy. I want to be face to face. So the control, and once you start giving it away and focusing on what actually makes you happy, is freeing.
Yeah, it's definitely freeing. I just hired my first virtual assistant recently, and
It makes me so happy to hear. Like when people, it was so hard.
I know, and for the first couple weeks, I'm like, I have so much time. Like, what the hell do I do with all this time? And now it's building out what really figuring out what is my 20%, what is moving the needle every single day, and what can I continue to leverage off. And I have had people that have worked for me in the past, but looking back on that experience, I realized, yes, I had people work for me, but I wasn't doing it the right way because I was still the bottleneck. I was still going through, checking all the work, re-editing things. And instead of taking that as an opportunity to teach those employees so that they were able to grow in their position, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to redo it myself. Because it's the control, it's the perfectionist in me. It's this wasn't done right. And instead of going back to them and saying, this is done wrong, like you said to me one time, you're like, I tell someone this, there's 3 things wrong with this, figure out what they are and fix them. Use it as an opportunity for that person to learn, instead of like getting frustrated and being like, well, this is just going to take longer if I have to go and give feedback and back and forth. But it's like, if you do take that time on the front end of things, it pays off tenfold in the back, because I guarantee the next time they do it, they're not going to be making those same mistakes. Whereas if you're the one that's like, well, I'm just going to fix this, guess what? The next time they do that task, they're going to do it the same way they did it the first time, and it's going to be wrong, and you're going to be re-frustrated all over again. So yeah, it does take longer to give feedback and have it be a work in progress, but you got to slow down to speed up, and you can't expect it to happen overnight. Like I remember having a conversation with you. I'm like, I'm getting frustrated. Things keep like being wrong, and you're like, you need to give it more time, because this is this person's first time doing these things. This is this person's first time working for you. You have to give it time and patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say my transaction coordinator's been with me for 3 years now, and in our first 6 months, I'm going to call it painful. Like,
Yeah, it is.
it was really painful, and my coach coached me through it to be like, everybody is going to take time to get things to where you want it, Megan. Like, it's not always going to be perfect, but you have to teach. You have to slow down and you have to spend the time. And every morning for a certain amount of time, I went through it for that 6-month period, and I had to slow down, and I hated every moment of it.
I know.
Because that's not how my brain works. I go fast. And I'm like, this is my lane. I'm going. I'm running hard. I'm running. And when you have to be like, I'm going to be purposeful about making this work, because it's either going to be effort into this person or it's going to be effort into somebody else. You have to put in the effort to train somebody in the way that you want to be trained. And it's giving up that control. And I don't know whether it's right or whether it's wrong. I want people to know what their mistakes are, and I want them to figure it out. So when she sends something over to me and I think it's dog shit, I'm going to say, this looks like dog shit.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Yeah.
I want you to send me over something, and I don't say dog shit, but I want you
I promise I'm a good boss.
I want you to send me over something that looks like you put more time and energy into this.
Yeah.
And fix it, instead of me going through and being like,
With a red pen.
Get it to a place where now I can edit it because the information, you're missing 50% of the information that needs to be in it. You didn't use our right colors or whatever it may be. Like, work on it yourself and evolve yourself, because if I tell you exactly what to do, you're not, to me, it's like, be proud of what you're putting in front of me.
Yeah, exactly.
You just don't throw anything at me. And now we're in a place where I'm like, I'm surprised if I actually have to. Now she just sends stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even. I
You
go.
don't have to
Yeah.
double check everything.
No.
Yeah.
And even she does.
I can't wait to get to that point.
Oh my God. Even she does. I mean, a lot. Obviously, a lot of my paperwork, a lot of my leases, a lot of my contracts, and I go, and she still sends me to this. And I had a conversation with her last week. You know the information. You do not need my approval anymore.
Yeah, stop sending it.
And because then it takes me time to be like, did you send this out? She goes, well, you have to approve it in order for it to kick to the attendant. I go, no, we're past that.
Yep.
Send it. You know what you're doing.
Yep, you've got your experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's taken me a long time to get to that point where I'm like, you know your shit, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
To be like, just send it.
And I think once you do get to that point, it gives the person that's in that position that much more of confidence in the work that they're doing, because they probably don't like having to send you everything for approval either. And studies show that when you give the people that work under you autonomy to do things on their own and take ownership of things, their success rate and happiness rate goes up tenfold.
Yeah.
So it's like getting to that spot. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get there.
But
I'm at the end of month 5. So I'm getting close to 6 months.
But you always want your people to be better. But you want them to want that for themselves as well.
We have a special guest.
Sunny. But you also want that. I want them to want that. And if I went in, like we just said, and if I fixed and corrected everything and just sent it back to her, then it's just like, it's not making her brain work. It's transactional.
Exactly.
And to me, that's not growing her needle. It's just, it's correcting it.
And it's still being in control. It's like you're doing the opposite of what you should have just done it yourself at that point. It's like they're never going to learn. You're delegating, but you're not actually delegating because you are the bottleneck. You're still in control of everything. So I feel like, and people like a challenge. Like my assistant gave me feedback and she was like, I like when you don't give me a lot of instructions and I have to go and figure things out myself, because guess what? She told me, she's like, that's how I learn.
Yeah.
When you write a whole fucking SOP for me and tell me step by step, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, it's taking me more time to communicate the task than if I just did it myself. Like it's not worth it to do that. Like, give them the time, give them the grace, give them the patience.
Especially the world that we live in today, you know how many freaking resources there are out there?
Endless.
Oh my God. And it's just, there is a world of knowledge out there in terms of what things look like at a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
AI, ChatGPT, put it through chat.
Put it through.
Don't send me a chat.
Right.
But put it through, and to me, like, that's going to correct your vocabulary. That's going to articulate some of the words. That's going to give you some suggestions.
Yep. Use that as your assistant.
Yeah.
Use that as something like throw ideas back and forth with it. Because please don't call me every single time, you know what I mean? But it's like, use your resources because it is going to move the needle that much more. And I think the other huge thing that I learned is when you have control of everything, when you're in control of everything, when you want to check every single box and look at every single post that goes up or email that goes out, that is so unscalable. You will never grow. You will never grow. And whether that's in your personal life or in your professional life, like saying what your daughter wanted for lunch, like,
oh yeah,
that inhibits her growth as well. Like,
I don't disagree, but it took me to go to this class and to be aware of how bad my control was, and now understanding the control, how I worked through it, and I'm still working through it. But I had an interview today. I'm interviewing social media people, and I had an interview today. I go, I want us to get into the place where you're telling me what to do.
Yep.
I don't want to tell you what I'm looking for. Like, you're the professional. I want you to understand what my brand is, what I'm trying to put out there to the world, and from that information, I want you to tell me what to do.
Yep.
Like I don't want control of it.
Tell me what to say. Tell me what to record.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously it's a collaboration when it comes to things like that, but that's just the flick of the brain, right? I don't want control over things that I'm not the professional at.
Yep.
You are. You're the professional. You're the social media person. You know, you're in that space 24/7. I'm not. Like, tell me. And 6 or 7 years ago, would I have had the same conversation? No,
No.
I wouldn't have.
You would have been like, here's my content plan. This is what I'm recording. This is everything.
I would have had it all planned out, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been executed in the best way because that's not
That's not what you do.
that's not my lane.
You're a real estate agent, babe. You're not a social media specialist.
So it's evolving. It's evolving
Yeah.
through life. It's evolving through the control and understanding. And for my biggest aha, it really was that awareness. And it was making the change to, again, slowing down to speeding up. And from where I was in that point in my life, at that point, I was a single mom raising a 4-year-old. And I
Yeah.
felt like I had all of the balls in the air. And if I were to give anybody any type of control, it all would have just gone to shit. And that is not reality.
Yeah, you were in
And-
survival mode. Like you
But
got-
it's just, it's okay.
yeah.
I think back on it and I'm like, it's okay. 1, to ask for help. And 2, to slow down a little bit and smell the fucking roses.
Yeah.
Like, and looking back at that version of Megan O'Connor and like where I am today, I'm like, I wish I slowed down a little bit. I wish I spend more time instead of just like, I got to do this. I got to make more money. You know what I mean? I can't, I don't have time to slow down to speed up.
Right.
The mindset it's obviously shifted into a different place because I've worked on myself over this time to get to this, hopefully not as control freak as I used to be, but it's all within growth.
Yeah.
And understanding the power of leverage and knowing that I cannot do everything better, faster, more efficiently than everybody else because my brain doesn't work.
Right.
And what you talk about is building spreadsheets and everything that my operations person is, I look at them like, this is amazing. I love it. Like, I can't do that.
And I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And the other part of control, we're talking about delegating tasks off. That's being in control and in charge of tasks. But the other part of control is having this vision of exactly what you want something to look like and being able to let go of the fact that it doesn't need to be perfect.
that's such a hard statement for me to hear.
I know, because I'm a perfectionist too, and most high achievers are. You want to put out the best thing, but it's like, what point is good enough, right? Especially when it comes to things that don't matter, like marketing, like things like that. It doesn't have to be 100%, and that's something that you have to accept. Can it evolve to that? Sure, but there's always going to be something that can be improved. So you
Of
just
course.
have to accept, like, not everything is going to be exactly the way that maybe I would have done it, but is it good? Does it deliver the message that I wanted to deliver? Is it, high quality work? Yes. It doesn't always need to be exactly what your vision is.
Right. And I can relate to that on the social media part.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not great at being in front of a camera. I'm sure it's relatable because a lot of people are like, you pick yourself apart, right? Like,
Yeah.
I need to do this to myself, or I could be this, or I could look back. You know what I mean? And I think that when you do that, you kind of step back and you're like, you know what? And the bigger picture of it all, I'm proud that I did it.
Yeah.
I'm proud that I'm doing it. And you're right. Like, it's to the point where I'm proud that I am here and I press start.
Right.
Is everything that I do on social media the best version of what it could be? No.
Oh.
But it's always going to be better because I'm always learning from the content that I'm putting out. I'm always going to be evolving into a better place. But in order to evolve into a better place, you have to press start somewhere.
Yep.
And that's relatable to all things in life, right? You can't evolve better better. You can't evolve. You can't evolve even in work, like in terms of control. My business wouldn't be what my business is today if I didn't leverage out my control.
If you were a one-woman show. It just wouldn't work.
Like, it looks like I'm a one-woman show, but I got so much back end people.
Yeah. And you only have so much time in the day. And it's like, you have to sleep, you have to eat.
Or have a family that I want to do it.
Right.
Sunny.
She's still in here.
Where it's just you're more purposeful with your time, and when you do get that time back, you understand the power of giving up control and what it can give you back in the time what you obviously can't is your time.
Yeah. So, for our listeners, I don't know if you have your Prove It journals yet.
Oh,
We have them.
they're beautiful.
You need to subscribe and fill out a little form on our website. We'll send you one if you live in Saratoga or Warren County. But take that journal out, take that scrap piece of paper out, whatever it is that you're using to hold yourself accountable, and write down all of the things right now that could be delegated in your life. Get your fucking time back, man. Get your time back.
Hiring a lawn service.
Anything.
Anything even to do with house chores, cleaning services, and it's just like, I'm not hiring a cleaning lady. You know how much it takes 4 hours to clean. Like, what is your time worth?
Right.
And those things can be life-changing. I've had a cleaning lady for probably since my control and my leverage, and for at least 6 or 7 years. And I come home and I'm like, it's just really nice to have, and it buys you back your time. So little things like that to bigger things in terms of leveraging your business, like bookkeeping, not doing it yourself. Yep, that was a big thing that I did years ago that I'm like, I don't need to be doing this.
And how much more can you move the needle in those 4 hours? Like, take that time that you are leveraging out and fucking do something productive with it. Whether that's going to the gym, whether that's like whatever it is, whatever you are feeling like you're lacking in your life, exercise, working on that side hustle, spending more time with your family, it is going to be worth it. So figure out what you need to delegate and fucking prove it.
Prove it. The work isn't hard. It's just what most people won't do consistently.
If you're ready to master your mindset through small, intentional shifts, keep tuning in.
And if you've ever considered how real estate could help evolve your financial future, it's time to have a conversation, because you know you are meant for more.
Now prove it.